Hello there folks, Professor Bourne here, and I want to use this video to introduce you to a different essay organization style that's going to fit a number of different contexts. Particularly, we're going to be thinking about essays where your audience is very likely to disagree with your thesis. Now, over on the left, I have what I call the standard persuasive essay model. This is a very familiar format. It is an essay structure that says begin your essay with a one-paragraph introduction that ends with a thesis statement. You go through your supporting ideas, one paragraph each. Then take some time to talk to your opposition before you conclude by reasserting your thesis and wrapping up with some kind of concluding thought. It's very likely that you've written an essay using this format or a variation of it, and probably even in this class so far. But it has one weakness. If you're writing a thesis statement that is very controversial, it's possible that readers are going to see that thesis statement and immediately switch off and not really give you the time to develop your argument. In those kind of models, it's often valuable to write a delayed thesis persuasive essay. Now, there's a number of ways that you can do this, but let me sketch out one possibility pretty briefly, and then I'll look at an example with you. So first off, in terms of your introduction, opening the essay, instead of working to get to our thesis right by the end of this introduction, what we often do is present the issue as a problem to be solved. And then, instead of a statement of what we do, as you'd ordinarily do in the standard model, with a delayed thesis persuasive essay, I would encourage you to ask a focusing question. End that paragraph with a question. What do we do about this problem? Now here's where the essay organization gets a little bit interesting. Instead of going into your argument and your supporting points, the delayed thesis essay typically spends time with your opposition first. So we would present our opposition's proposal to deal with this problem. And then, frankly, we'd spend some time granting what is valid about the opponent's ideas. This is a structure designed to be really fair to your opposition. Now, after that, we would have a follow-up paragraph which offers criticism about the opposition. What is it about their ideas that you disagree with, that you don't think are going to work out? With this setup, with a problem that you're working with your readers to solve, a proposal that your readers are likely to think of, and then not only what's worthwhile about that idea, but why we need to think about something else, your readers are going to be prepared at that point to really look at your thesis and your ideas with fresh eyes. So we'd have a follow-up transitional paragraph that would present your thesis and a brief forecasting of your support points. You'd spend the next couple of paragraphs going through these ideas. And then you would conclude. Now, as you look this over, it presents a very compelling narrative for your readers. It develops nicely, and it leads to a concluding section that's going to feel very persuasive. The only really tricky thing about it is making sure that when your readers do find your thesis later in the essay, that they recognize it for what it is. You're going to have very clear signal phrases as you're presenting ideas of your opposition so that readers know this is not your idea, but an idea that you want to argue against. But if you can handle those transitional elements, this structure can work very well. Now, in the following video, I am going to go through a brief example, sketching out specifically what this is going to look like with a specific idea.